because I was blind. Totally blind. I was born blind. And being born blind, life was normal that way. I didn't know what I was missing. My family and my friends, they gave me lots of support. My family tried to bring me up as good as they could in the situation that I was in. And my other senses made up for a lot in the blackness that was my life. Social services weren't the greatest back then as they are now. So I had to rely on the generosity of family and friends and even strangers. They called me a beggar, which I was. Today, I'd be a panhandler. But, you know, you do what you have to do. Life was okay. I learned how to get around. I had a cane, so I could get around pretty good. And like I said, my family saw that I got where I needed to go when I needed to get there. One day, when I was sitting on the park bench in the middle of the city, enjoying the sun and with my hand out and listening to conversations, there was a group of men that were approaching me. And they were talking amongst themselves, and they were talking to someone called Jesus. Well, Jesus was a common man's name at that time. But I had heard about this man, Jesus, who was a teacher, a healer, a miracle worker. I thought, could it be the same Jesus? Oh, I hope it is, and I hope he sees me. As they got very close to me, I could feel the heat from their bodies. The men asked him, later I found out they were his disciples, they said, Rabbi, this man is born blind. Is it because of the sin of himself or of his parents? And Jesus said, neither. He was born blind so that the acts of God could be shown through what happens to him. Well, I was very hopeful now. And then Jesus said, I'm here to do the deeds of God, but I must do it while there's still daylight, for when the night comes, little work gets done. Which, to me, was curious, because there was no difference. But again, I was even more hopeful. And then he said, as long as I am part of this world, I am the light of the world. And the next thing I heard a spitting sound, and someone was applying something to my face, my eyes. It was slimy, it was wet, it smelled of earth, and it was gritty. And Jesus said to me, go to the local spring and wash off your eyes. Well, he didn't have to tell me 2 times. I gathered up my cane and I headed north of town, went to the pond, washed off my eyes, and it was glorious, astounding, amazing. And I wanted to hurry back and thank God for what he had done for me. And on my way, I came upon people who knew me. And they said, aren't you the one that was born blind who sits by the side of the road and begs? And I said, yes, it's me. And they said, well, what happened? And I told them how God had come to where I was sitting. And he had told me that he was here to do the deeds of God. And they had put a mud pack on my eyes and told me to go wash it off. And I did, and now I see. Wanted to know where this man was, but he was nowhere to be found. But I know I once was blind, and he touched me.